So welcome back, or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. Today is day 17 of connection. So get your little book if you're doing a little book thing, and otherwise just close your eyes. Sorry, the door. Good. So just checking in with the felt sense in this moment, the feeling of you, the sense of your body in this moment, this you, without changing it, without judging it, just noticing. So often I find there's the bulk of me. It's like, oh, this is how I feel, and then I go a little bit more subtle, a little bit deeper. Rather than looking at the waves, I'm looking at the surface of the waves. So maybe look a little bit deeper, a deeper layer of you. Write it down. Find your wellness in this moment, something that speaks to you of ok-ness, resource, comfort, whatever it might be. It's ever changing. And actually, no, if you ask Joseph, who's playing cello downstairs, if you ask him where his wellness is, it's always the same place. It's really very consistent. Whereas if you ask me, it's different every single moment you ask me. So it depends on you. Where's your wellness? And then what 5-minute thing will you do today? What endeavor towards connection will you do? It could be connection to nature, connection to yourself, connection to another, connection to a community. Connection, connection, connection. What would you do? Great. So come lie on the floor. Today's Sunday. Sunday yum. Lying on the floor. It's all about rib cage, how we move our rib cage, twisting, turning, reaching. Salam. So come lie on the floor. Hey, Jigsaw. So lying on the floor, and just begin by swaying your knees from side to side. Just feel that. Notice the sense of this moment in your pelvis, in your knees, in your feet, in your lower back, in your belly. And then let the movement get a bit bigger. Reach your arms wide. And so now as I move, I feel it more up into my rib cage and the sides of my body. We've been really focusing on the sides of the body, and we're going to continue with that focus today. There's deepening the top leg. I'm encouraging to go deeper. I'm not forcing it. I'm just leaning into the top leg as I rock from side to side. Nice. So next time next time your knees drop down towards the right, turn your head towards the right. So my knees are to the right, my head is to the right. And then glide the left hand overhead. And it can bend as much as it needs to, and then reach the left hand towards the right hand. And then let it continue and bring the left knee up and swing the left arm back. And then swing your left arm forward towards your right hand. Foot comes to the floor. Slide your hand all the way back and bring it to the floor long beside you, or straight out to the side again. So nothing moved except for the left side. Oh, so swing your left hand over towards the right. Keep it swinging. Draw the left knee up, left arm back. And then swing your arm all the way overhead and to the floor. I'm bending my elbow when it comes to the floor beside me, like I'm pulling my elbow down towards my hip. See what's right for you. Sliding up and over. Starting to reach a bit further with my fingers. Squeeze your left knee up, left arm back. and then travel. So just begin to travel. It's the left arm, left knee that are moving together. It's a bit like gliders, is it? It's a bit like propellers. It's just a new take on the same thing. One more time. Left hand travels, left knee draws up as your arm goes back. And then all the way back to center. Both arms wide, come back to center. I want to shimmy myself so I'm straight and flat on the floor again. And then drop your knees down towards the left. And then slide your right hand overhead. It can be straight, it can be bent. Reach it towards the left hand. And then keep it traveling so your hand travels behind you and your right knee travels up towards your chest. And then arm goes forward, foot goes back, all the way back. I'm going to draw my elbow down towards my hip. So begin to slide that left arm overhead and then behind you. And then back and overhead and a little bit down towards your hip. And just feel that. How does your ribs move? How do you coordinate all these elements of movement? How do you move like honey? Remembering your honey feeling. So slow the movement down. Connect to the whole of your body as you sweep your right knee up, right arm back. As you sweep your right arm overhead and you come all the way back to center. Nice. So we'll just do straightforward gliders. So arms are wide, feet are flat on the floor, drop your knees down towards the right, and then draw your left knee up in the direction of your right shoulder. So very similar to what we did last time, but our arms are staying still. And now drawing up towards the left with your right knee. And just glide from side to side. Nice. You can begin to kick your leg out. So as my knee drops down towards the right, kick your left foot towards your right hand, depending on your space. And then kick your right foot towards your left hand. Oh, wall. So just traveling, listening. Nice. Come all the way back to center. Cool. So yesterday we did something like this. So drop your feet are hip distance apart. Drop your both knees down towards the right. And your right arm is out to the side. And then roll over towards your right side and bring your left hand to the floor. And as I push my left hand into the floor, I'm going to pull my right elbow back until I'm resting on my right elbow. So my legs are in zigzag, more or less. My right elbow is underneath my shoulder and my left hand is free. So reach your left hand up towards the top of your mat and reach it as far as you can. And then bring your left hand over the top of your head. Nice. So towards the top of your mat. And then you go under your arm and turn. So you can bend your elbow into wing if you wish. And then reach. Wing, which is where your fingers are beside the side of your head. Reach. How yummy can you get into your rib cage? How like honey can you move here? So as you glide, you're reaching, deepening into the back of the rib cage. And then as you pull back, you're drawing your elbow back. One more time. Reach. And then back. Nice. Push your right hand down, draw all the way up into zigzag. So then you're going to straighten the left leg long. And if you want to, you can straighten the right leg long as well. So you can have both legs long, or you can keep your right knee bent, or you can keep your left knee bent, depending on how you feel in this zigzag, okay? So cross your right arm over the top of the left and hold on to your shoulders. One of those funny ones where I'm going to squish my microphone. So draw your chin down and draw your elbows down towards your right thigh. If you're in zigzag, then it'll be down towards the right calf. And then looking up and lean up with your elbows. Coming forward. So listen to your knees. My right knee is saying that it doesn't really like this. So I'm going to straighten out my two legs and then just lean towards my right thigh. And then sitting up tall. Listen to your knees. And lean towards your right thigh. And then sitting up tall. Straighten out both of your legs and then just draw a circle with your elbows in the space in front of you. How big of a circle can you draw with your elbows? And then circle in the other direction. Nice. So to come back down, release your arms, bend your right knee, bend your left knee, bring your right hand to the floor, bring your right elbow down, roll onto your back and land on the floor. And shimmy yourself around until you feel like you're in the middle of your mat and resting on the floor. I've just changed sides so that I can look at you still. Always feels weird when I'm doing stuff back to front. So from here, arms are wide, drop your knees down towards the left. And then roll over towards the left. Push your right hand down and pull the left elbow till it's underneath your shoulder. From here, reach long with your right hand. And when I do that, it's like the most glorious, like rib cage stuff goes on in my body. It's just amazing. And then put your elbow back into wing. Nice. Reaching long. Drop your head down towards your forearm. The right arm lengthens long towards the top of your mat. Wing. Long. Wing. One more time. Long. And wing. Nice. So you can push your right hand down and then your left hand comes to the floor, or whatever way you do, sit up tall into zigzag. So if you don't like zigzag, then stretch your right leg long. If you want to, you can stretch your left leg long. See what you want. So cross the left arm over the top of the right and hold on to the opposite shoulder. And then drop your elbows down in the direction of your left thigh. And then sitting up tall, lift your elbows, look up. Nice, rounding forward. Feel your rib cage, move like honey. How do you make this a steady, progressive, smooth movement in the body? This side, my knees feel really good this way, so I can stay in zigzag. So I never assume that my body will receive or like a pose. I'm always checking in. For some reason, my knee on the right was like, no, what are you doing to me? So I went, okay. And I just stop and I change and I adapt. Not about anything to do with my head. It's like my body says no. So listen to your body. You know, if your right knee or your left knee is complaining, then do something about it. Okay? So keep your legs where they are, or actually don't. Stretch both legs out long. Now draw a big circle with your elbows. Have a little bit more of a foundation to create movement with both legs out wide. Oh, what's the biggest circle that you can draw with your elbows? So as we move our torso, we're actually moving all of our organs, like lungs, the heart, change direction, the diaphragm as it swims between everything, the liver, the kidneys, and the small and large intestine, the ovaries, the bladder, and everything else as well. Nice. Spleen, I forgot about that. Pancreas. So all of that is moving, which is really glorious. So come lie down. So bring your knees to bend or keep your legs straight. Bring your left elbow down. Bring your back down to the floor. Come land on the floor. Nice. So roll up and down along your spine. So feet are flat on the floor. Feet are hip distance apart. Just rolling up and down along your spine. Really squeeze your bum, push your hips forward, and then rolling down. Let's feel that. Squeeze your bum, push your hips forward. Nice. One more time and hold. Just pausing there. Knees are slightly squeezing together. Thighs are strong. Bum is squeezing. You're connecting to the whole of your body as you rest here right now, as you connect here right now. And then roll all the way down, land on the floor. So bring the soles of your feet together and your knees apart. Straight away when I do that, I'm going to push my elbows down and walk my shoulders away from my hips. And it just feels really good for my spine to create length into the spine like that. Unpack my shoulders, reach your arms wide. Have your elbows so that they're steady on the floor because we're going to be moving. So imagine that your thighs are like a book. Drop the right knee over towards the left side. And then draw a big circle with your right leg in the air above you, but keep your left thigh really solid on the floor. So as you draw the circle with your right knee, feel the edge of the movement over towards the right side, and then the swoop of the movement over towards the left. The left side will feel easier perhaps than the right side. Just feel the edge of that. How do you feel into the edge of your movement? Roll in the other direction. So this morning there was bats flying outside the window here. It's so beautiful. These little tiny little bats. I was trying to get a slow-mo video of them. They were just gone when I tried to take the video of them. I'll try again tomorrow. It's really cool. Nice. So bring your knee directly over your hip and then sway your knee towards the right. And you'll feel the left thigh wanting to stay. And then sway your right knee towards the left. And how close to the floor can you get it? Keeping your right shoulder on the floor. Towards the right. And then towards the left. Nice. If you feel like you have flexible hamstrings, you can do this movement with your legs straight. It will intensify the movement if you straighten your leg. So choose what you do based on sensation rather than any expectation. Really turning up and being with your body as it is rather than how you want it to be. Or how you expect it to be, or how you, that external ego stuff. Nice, one more time. Super. Bend your knee. Bring the soles of your feet together, your knees apart. Pause there. Again, I'm going to lengthen my shoulders away from my hips and just settle in. So I can feel quite a lot of sensation differences between my two hips right now. The left buttock, the right buttock feel very different. The inner thighs, the knees, the hips, the belly. Nice. Closing over to the other side. So close the left knee over towards the right. Squeeze it down. Nice. And then begin to draw a circle with your left knee. And again, traveling over towards the right will be more challenging. Over towards the left will be more challenging. Down towards the right will be much, much easier because that's falling in the direction of gravity. Also where the other leg is. Circling, moving like honey. Can you make it smoother, slower? And then roll in the other direction. Making it smooth, slow, connected. Nice. Bring your knee back to center and then draw your knee as far to the left as it'll go. Feel the widening. And then as far to the right as it'll go, keeping your left shoulder down. And then towards the left. and towards the right. So you can straighten your leg if you wish. Keeping your right thigh on the floor. You have a deep sense of connecting your thigh to the floor and your left leg moving. Last time. Nice. Come back to center. And then just sway your knees from side to side. And just have a sense of moving your knees from one side to the other side. One side to the other. Nice. Feet back to center. Draw a circle like there's a clock on the back of your pelvis. And then circle in the other direction. Nice. Cross your ankles, walk your feet wide, and just pause there. For me, this is so difficult, this pose. So I wiggle a bit, I move. I hate staying in kind of a contracted agony state in my body. And this can do that for me. So I kind of wiggle a bit, I move, I notice the range that's possible. As soon as I move, it eases it a bit, but I still stay in the lengthening of it. But I'm not, there isn't like a siren going off in my head as I do it then when I move. Nice. Other direction. Cross the left ankle in front of the right. Walk your feet wide. If you feel really comfortable, of course, you can stay there. I know who you are. Yeah, it's amazing. It's like some people find this so comforting. This is like a relaxation pose. Yeah. I'm just moving if it's not. Oscillating the hips, dropping the pelvis, rocking the pelvis, moving the knees, feeling into the inner thighs. Really see, as you move, what connects. Nice. And bring both feet flat. And then either lengthen your legs out long, keep your feet on the floor, stretch your legs up, and just pause. Let that settle. So last movement. So imagine that above your head is 12 o'clock, okay? And then you have, I'm going to say 2 11 o'clocks, okay? And then 2 10 o'clocks, and then 2 9 o'clocks, okay? Just to be really simple. So take your right hand and reach towards the left 9 o'clock, okay? And then take your left hand and reach towards the right 9 o'clock. Nice. Right hand over towards the 10 o'clock. So I'm crossing the body. Left hand towards the 10 o'clock. Nice. 11 o'clock with the right hand. 11 o'clock with the left hand. And then 12 o'clock. How would you get to the point above your head and pause there? Breathing into your belly long through your right hand as it reaches directly overhead. And I'm looking towards where my hand is reaching. Nice. Come back. And then left hand towards 12 o'clock. And then come all the way back, hands to your belly, pause. Nice. So stay there for a few moments, resting, settling in, having a sense of, this moment in your body. Sunday morning, those of you who'll be joining me on the beach, woohoo! We have this lovely community of people who swim on the beach together, or swim on the beach together on a Sunday morning. So looking forward to that. And I will see you all tomorrow. And as always, thanks to all of you who contribute. It's very appreciated, very necessary. If you want to know more about how you can contribute, then it's €10 for the month. And donation, contribution, subscription payment, whichever way you want to call it. And info@nother.com, and you'll get Sinead, my awesome sister. So great. I will see you all tomorrow, bright and early or late in the evening, whichever one it is that you do. Everybody has their own time that they do this stuff. Thanks, those of you who are connecting with me. Oh, so lovely. I get really shy. I have this I'm very extroverted, and then I'm also really introverted. And so when I get texts, I have this flash of shyness, and then I'm like, wow, it's so cool. So yeah, it's very nice. It's very cool. So I'll see you tomorrow, and thanks for joining me. Ciao.